Hi everybody. Today we're going to understand the concepts of pronouns and accordingly solve certain questions based on pronouns. As we all know, we have studied various types of pronouns ranging from personal pronoun to possessive pronouns to reflexive pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, relative pronouns and indefinite pronouns. And also the main thing and the main rule that we have learned consisting or concerning pronouns is basically about consistency in the usage of pronouns. So the pronoun and its antecedent, which is the noun it replaces, they have to be consistent in three things. This number, gender and form. By number, I mean singular and plural. By gender, I mean masculine, feminine and neutral. And by form, I mean either specific or general, which is first person, second person, third person, possessive or reflexive, or general, which is indefinite, relative or demonstrative. First one now, we go to the first question. We need to spot errors or sentences which are incorrect due to the usage of pronouns and correct them. If a student parks a car on campus, they have to buy a parking sticker. Now, if a student, my subject here is a student, which is a singular subject, how can I say they have to buy a parking sticker, right? If it is a student, then it is a singular subject. My antecedent is singular, so I should have he/she. And since it is singular, the verb also will become singular, so the sentence will become, if a student parks a car on campus, he/she has to buy a parking sticker. Second one says, neither of the girls have bought their umbrella. As we know that whenever we use indefinite pronouns, we should always follow it with a singular verb and a singular pronoun. Neither and either also demand the same thing. So as neither is used as the part of the subject, neither of the girls has bought her umbrella. So the verb would change as well as the pronoun would become singular. So neither of the girls has bought her umbrella. Do not get confused with what follows of. Now we go to the third one. When a person comes to class, you should have your homework ready. Again, the subject antecedent is a person. So when a person comes to class, which is again a singular unit, you can't use a second person singular pronoun. A person is the third person and not I and you. So he/she should have his/her homework ready. So when a person comes to class, he/she should have his/her homework ready. The two young men were surprised to learn that neither was their father's sole heir. Now, though we are talking about two young men, we have again taken neither. And if I ask who was or were their father's sole heir, it will be neither. So neither was his father's sole heir. That is how my sentence would be framed. Moving on to the fifth one, the dinosaurs generally gigantic size. Now dinosaurs with an apostrophe means many dinosaurs. So we are talking about many dinosaurs, so we can't take its, which is singular for one dinosaur. Many dinosaurs and their obvious reptilian affinities have heavily colored the conclusions about their biology. So in both the cases, I will have to replace it with their, because here I'm talking about not one, but many dinosaurs. In the 6th, 7th and 8th question, we see that whenever we use the auxiliary verb or the be form of the verb, which is, are, was, were, am, been, B-E-E-N, being, B-E-I-N-G, we will always use a subject pronoun after it. If I look at the 6th one, it says it is us who are responsible for the decision to downsize. But I have is, which is an auxiliary verb. So after is, I will not be using us. I will have to use a subject pronoun, which is we. So it is we who are responsible for the decision to downsize. Similarly, in the seventh one, I have been. When I say been, it is the be form of the verb. So it could have been, you use a subject pronoun. And what is the subject pronoun for them? They. So it could have been they. It is just me at the door. When I say it is just me at the door, what would follow is. Again, is a be form of the verb. So it is just I at the door. When I say Tom is as smart as her, this is again incorrect. It has to be Tom is as smart as dash is. I compare a subject with another subject. Her is not a subject pronoun. The subject pronoun that should replace her is she. Tom is as smart as she. And if you mentally complete it, it would be Tom is as smart as she is. Now, 10th one is correct. Even if you replace this I with me, even then it would make sense. Daniel would rather talk to her than I. Daniel would rather talk to her than I means that Daniel would not talk to her, but Daniel would want to talk to me. If I substitute I with me, Daniel would rather talk to her than me. It would mean that Daniel would not talk to her, but Daniel would talk to me. In both the cases, the sentence is correct. It is a cold morning. The thermometer touched its lowest reading. The sentence is correct and does not require any changes. It is it apostrophe s, and its means the thermometer's lowest reading. Not one of the neighbors offered his support. Not one means neither. And when I say neither, obviously it will be singular. So his/her support. So not one of the neighbors offered his/her support. Please give it back to John or myself. The rule for reflexive pronouns says that you cannot use myself without a subject antecedent present in the sentence. Since there is no subject antecedent present in the sentence, you might as well say, please give it back to John or me. 14th and 15th questions are based on ambiguity. When I say it, there are two subjects here, the motorcycle as well as the tree. When I say it was not damaged, what do I mean? What was not damaged? So although the motorcycle hit the tree, we will have to replace it with a noun. So you say the motorcycle was not damaged. Likewise, 15th, if you put this sheet in your notebook, you can refer to it. What can I refer to? So if you put this sheet in your notebook, you can refer to the sheet. Because again, what am I putting in the notebook? The sheet, so that I can refer to the sheet. 16th, 17th, 18th are based on the usage of that versus which. We have understood that that is used for important information and which is used for non-important, which is extra information. The information given in 16, the game that intrigues Gretchen the most is dominoes, should be correct. Because if you say which, it is not an extra information, it is an important information. So which should be substituted by that. The game that intrigues Gretchen the most is dominoes. Again, in the 17th one, what am I talking about? The tomatoes which grow in her garden are unlike those you buy in a store. You're talking about a particular tomatoes to the ones you buy in a store, right? So you're comparing some information which is very crucial. Hence, the tomatoes that grow in her garden are unlike those you buy in a store. 18th one now says the tomatoes from her garden that grew larger than those in the grocery store were sweet and ripe. When I say the tomatoes from her garden, since there is a comma and we know that that is never followed by commas, we will have to remove this and take which. So from the tomatoes from her garden, which grew larger than those in the grocery store, was sweet and ripe. 19th is based on proximity. The same rule that we have done for subject-verb agreement will be applicable for pronouns as well. We have two subjects. The first subject is classrooms and the second subject is auditorium. Auditorium is the subject which is next to the pronoun and the verb. So we will have to change the pronoun and the verb by saying that either the classrooms or the auditorium must have its floor refinished. Now, why am I not changing the verb? Because the verb is here for the tense and not for the number. So either the classrooms or the auditorium must have its floor refinished. Its alludes to the classroom. Last question talks about indefinite pronoun. We've learned that whenever we use indefinite pronoun, each, everyone, everybody, similarly to either and neither, we will always take a singular verb. So each of the dancers practice his/her routine and not their routine. I hope you are clear with the principles and the questions of pronouns. Thank you so much, guys.